Hello dear friend, welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. In today's video we are going to discuss about Leroy Sane to Bayern Munich. Looks like everything is done and he will be moving to Bayern Munich, and that is a good move for him because he wanted to go back home. A good move for Bayern Munich, who are going to get another world-class winger, and it could be a good news for Chelsea Football Club because that means that Kai Havertz is pretty much there to grab. So let me know, guys, what do you think about this deal? Because I see it as a good deal for both parties, City and also Bayern Munich. He didn't want to play anymore for City, and he made it clear he doesn't want to sign a new contract with them. He want to go home. So you don't force a player who don't want to be there. Okay, you let him free, you let him go, get some money and move on, go sign somebody else. So, it's good and wise for City to get the money out of Sane, and also good business for Bayern Munich, who for some reason manage always to get players very cheap, you know, and the fees is around 40 to 50 million. We don't know. Some sources are telling us that it's going to be 35, other sources talking about 40, others 60. So there is the truth somewhere in between all those numbers, but it's not about numbers that we're talking about here. It's about the deal is done according to many trusted sources. So let's see some of the reactions from fans here. Let's see this guy here, Castrophile. He's calling Sane a snake. Well, depend on how you see it. If he made it clear that he's leaving, and then why call him snake? But I understand, because I am talking from a neutral perspective here. I am not a Man City fan. I am not a Bayern fan. So I see things from a different perspective. This guy here, Turbo, said that only trust Fabrizio. So he is waiting for the here we go from Fabrizio Romano, but the sources are good. Okay, so this guy here is a mess. It's going to be insane. Sane, Lewandowski and Gnabry. Wow, it's going to be very tough to beat Bayern next season. If Kai Havertz decides to go to Bayern, I think it's gonna be a very bad idea, because Lewandowski is still there and Muller still there a few years. So come to Chelsea, man. Come to Chelsea. You don't have to go there and fight for your place. You come at Chelsea, you have the #1 spot. All right. What else? Need to get rid of. This guy here said that need to get rid of Neuer. Neuer just signed a 3 years extension. I don't know. I'm lying. I think it's less than 3 years, but he just renewed his contract. And do you think that Nabol, the new goalkeeper, is going to find it easy to take the place of Neuer? I don't think so. Neuer's still a very good goalkeeper. Only 34. For a goalkeeper, he's still very young. This guy here is asking, why would anyone want to go to Bayern? Yeah, well, because they win every single season. For 8 years now, they keep on winning, and they go very far in the Champions League, you know, quarterfinals, semifinals, and they won in 2013 Champions League. So if you want to win things, you have to go to Bayern, because it's almost guarantee that you are going to win the Bundesliga every year and other cups too. So Miss John said that from the Premier League to a Farmers League. Well, it depends on how you see it. It's not that Farmer League or whatever it is. If you are quality, you are quality. And Bayern Munich are a big team in Europe. So if you are going to Bayern Munich, it's still a very good team. I don't know why people are calling the Bundesliga a Farmer League just because it's only one team that dominates every single year. But they still have quality over there. That's why they beat the Premier League teams every single year in the Champions League or Europa League. So it's not that that bad that people make it sounds. So yeah, it could be, it's weaker than the Premier League, but definitely not the Farmer League, and that is just my opinion. Okay, so Ike says that Leroy Sane deserves regular first team football, but Pep can never give that to him. Best decision to move. Next should be Maris. Enough of making first team players squad players. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. So for him, Leroy Sane is moving. Leroy Sane is going to Germany because of the lack of time at Man City. That could be also one of the reasons, because Sterling is there, so you understand. Bernardo Silva also is there, so it's very difficult for him to be a regular in the first team. Good news for many teams in Europe, because the Afcon, the African Cup of Nations 2021, is postponed to January 2022. I know Jurgen Klopp is going to dance. That is going to be a big party for him, because just imagine if Sadio Mane and Mo Salah left for the Afcon 2021. It was going to be very tough on Liverpool, because they didn't buy Timo Werner and they didn't really reinforce. Even though I know they are a good team, they have a strong bench, and they can also call upon some youngsters from the academy, but it's not enough to replace somebody like Sadio Mane and Mo Salah. So it's a good news for many clubs, including my own club, Chelsea, because Hakim Ziyech was going to leave for Afcon, and I don't think it was going to affect Chelsea that much, because Chelsea are Chelsea. They have a lot of youngsters, and the team is not bad. If they could cope with this season, they can cope and at any time in their future. That's the way I see it. At some point they had so many injury players, and they kept winning games with pretty much average players. So it's not a problem for Chelsea, but it was really going to be a big problem for Liverpool, and also for many clubs in Europe. Okay, it's not only in the Premier League. In France, they have a lot of African players that were going to leave for the Afcon, and everywhere, every big league in Europe, they were going to suffer because of the Afcon. That's something to talk about, because why they have to always schedule the African Cup of Nations in January, in the middle of European leagues. It doesn't make sense to me, because remember when Didier Drogba used to play that he was away like for a month and a half, and he will come back from the Afcon and still be the golden boot in the Premier League. That tells you the quality Drogba was for Chelsea Football Club. There we go, guys. It's your turn to let me know what you think about the deal between Man City and Bayern for Leroy Sane. Do you think that Chelsea have the green light now to go and buy Kai Havertz, or you think Bayern are going to come back with another offer for Kai Havertz? Also, let me know what you think about the African Cup of Nations. Are you happy that it's been postponed for 2022?